Hey, I don't know what this is going on. Hey, anyway, I'm here to give you guys a little insight. So I wanted to bring up something of good notation here as far as rankings and local SEO. And everyone is throwing grids around, I understand, and that is one portion of the SEO we should be looking at. But there is also other elements besides the local search grids that should show you a big difference of what's being done utilizing wise. And generally speaking, most people go to something like this, our Google business profiles, and we look at business insights, which obviously no longer give us calls. This isn't an account I use. So let's just look at an idea of what a good listing should look like, okay? So I want to show you this for two reasons. Once, so you know what to look at when you're looking at performances and how to look at them. Now, calls have been stopped getting tracked, I believe, since July. So they're not going to show on here. We don't worry about that. I suggest using something like What Converts if you want to really track your calls. Or you can, if you're using CallRail, something like that, that's fine. I just don't like using CallRail anymore due to the fact that you can't use those for verification numbers. I like using real cell phone numbers and real tracking devices. My preferred method right now is What Converts on most of these. Okay, so um, 2,107 business profiles. These little graphs that go up and down can be quite confusing. What's happening? What's going on? Well, if you come here and you're looking at a September performance, you're doing it the wrong way right off the bat, because September is not going to show up here until the end of September is rolled around. We're about midway through October. Then you're going to get September's numbers. So when you look at something like this, we're at 281 in September. Oh no, we're crashing. We're going down. I know there's people that have literally fired their SEO guy because they thought they were going down 100 spots of transactions since last month. It's just the wrong way to look at this. The right way to look at it is to go into here, and we need to look at July to August. That's the best way to look at your accurate data. Now here, we have a 30% increase, 826 business profile interactions from July to August 21st. That's 30% increase from July of last year and July to August 23rd last year. So these numbers are up from last year 30%. That's the first thing you want to notate to your client or anybody else. Second thing you want to look at is, are we moving up or down? I don't pay a lot of attention, to be frank, if we're going up a little bit, if we're going down a little bit. It's going to vary month to month for a lot of different aspects and reasons. Okay, so 431 is what we show here in July. If we go over here to August, we are at 495. So yeah, we got down 30 less interactions. That could be anything, guys. It could be a website click, it could be directions, this and that. So we try to, unfortunately, calls aren't there no more. So numbers are going to go down from July to August regardless because of the calls. But you can see we had 49, almost a half increase from last year's numbers. So when you're going through your reports with people right now, keep in mind all numbers are going to be down from July on slightly because you're not getting registered calls. They might say this or that. Some people are, some people are. Crap, you're not getting the calls registered here, okay? So if I look at that, I'm up almost 50% from last year. And if I go from July to August, down 30, transactions. So out of those 30 transactions, I want to go back to, let's just do May to June. Actually, think June to July is better data. So as far as what I'm trying to do here, I'm going to go to calls from June to July, just calls. You can see we had 298 hitting here from June to July. Excuse me. Yeah, 147 to 148. So let's go to here, July to August. We might still get some registering. 270. So those are going down. Numbers don't seem to add up, huh? No, they don't. And you can see 1201. These are all because these calls just simply are not even getting registered right now. Okay. So what we're going to look at for our clients going in, if you're doing a September report, is you're going to look at July to August, not August to September, okay? That will be next month in October. July to August is what you should be looking at on your insights. Any other reporting you're doing, obviously you can do local grids and everything else for the full month of September. that's fine. But when it comes to insights, you got to get the data from the previous month. So I'm going to go through here. My overview on this is overall the campaign is up 30% from last year. Calls we can't really determine too much anymore, but 49%, 271 seems about right of what they were at from the year previously and the months previously. That's a buttload of calls, by the way. Bookings aren't, there's not an option on the site for that. 62% up from last year in your driving directions. And website clicks, 9%. Interesting. That's fairly simple total from July of last year. But 362 website clicks, I'm plenty happy with that. Okay, so we're going to go into here. We had 179, 183, July to August, so those numbers add up to 273. Pretty close to the same numbers. 97 to 96, pretty much identical month to month. Bookings, this is where we really won't pay too much attention. Calls are going to go down some. And business transactions overall, 431 to 395. And most of that's coming in the way of your call numbers no longer registering. Something to notate, something to look at when you're doing reporting for your clients this coming month, okay? And even last month. So I really hate that if any of you have lost a client over the last month, I feel bad for you if they were going off of these type of numbers, or if they simply don't know how to read this data, or if you're just not giving them the clarity they need on how to read this data. So I hope this helps you. I hope it helps you retain all your clients and keep business going. Recently, I think we've lost one client in the last year. Maybe there was two. I couldn't remember. The one client paid us $600 a month. It wasn't that crucial or dedicated. I was a little bit offended because we built them a whole new website, and the very next month they canceled. Well, now they've went back. They've destroyed the website. The rankings started going all over the place, and the website was helping them get more conversions and calls and all that, I'm sure. But now they've went in and tanked the website. We had manager access. We looked at it, see their numbers going down over the last couple months, and it's been about 4 or 5 months since they left us. So just reiterate to your clients, you've got a good thing. You're doing good stuff here. It's not always about the phone calls. It's not always about, how many people are picking up the phone and calling them. Obviously, that's what matters for the business owner. They need the leads. But it's also important to know that your work is paying off. And in the long term, all this work will be beneficial to them some way or another. You do always need to go back. It's not your job unless you've gotten a website maintenance contract with them to do conversions on the website. But that's always something to look at if you're bringing in higher traffic volumes to the site. Do go back and look at conversions because you want people to ring for people. Quick example today, we had some phone icon buttons and stuff that just said call now on a person's website. We're not responsible for the site. We're doing a very cheap SEO with them just to be helpful. But I did go in and I changed it to have the actual phone number written on the site, not just a call button that says call. Reason why people want to see a real number, for one. They don't want to just click a button. For two, there is some old-fashioned people out there that will still write down a phone number, believe it or not. Put it on a piece of paper, toast it on the fridge, and call it tomorrow, next day, when they get done cooking dinner. All things that you need to factor in. All right? Hope this video helped you. God bless you all.